This is Pink Shorts. Hello, everybody. Today's Tuesday,
This morning I talked about
September
the fact that there
20th,
was
2016,
person of
to
interest,
TUESDAY Tuesday.
that identified
And I'm BRUYx. How are you, everybody? Tweet us at BRUYx hashtag,
planted
and we'll retweet your tweets live on the air.
as everybody is now aware, that individual
Today's
has been
Tuesday.
apprehended. And
Hello, Barry. How are
I
you?
just want to start by commenting on
Today's Alexander Bry.
and coordination
Boom, boom, boom.
between
60
the
minutes.
FBI and local law enforcement.
With
for us to be
60
able to
minutes. I'm with
apprehend
60
these
minutes.
suspects,
Hello, everybody at 60
in
minutes.
just
Steve
a little over
Cyphone, we love
24
you.
hours after an event takes place like this. It is outstanding.
It is
police work,
outstanding.
outstanding law enforcement work. I, in particular, want to
Where we have to go over the intro of our show.
give
The President and the White House are in agreement with our disclaimer for all day. Participants
I had a chance
have to agree to our law legal team
came down to my meetings here.
because the payments come from BRUYx.
They've sustained some
Thank you, Barry.
modest injuries, but one's
Today's show is 47 U.S. Code 222, Privacy of Consumer Information. I am the surrogate and I own this show all day.
It's just one.
We've agreed to be
reminder
exposed and
of,
approved.
the extraordinary skill.
Today's show is 48, MSG channel, Time Warner Cable lineup, GSM, and CDMA, Code Division Multiple Access.
Beyond that, obviously, information is still
Obviously,
unfolding.
information.
What might have motivated
I'm the
suspect.
surrogate
I'm going to leave
of the
that to
President's
the FBI and local law enforcement
mechanical
to
overhearing.
discuss those details with you.
I'm the
I will
surrogate.
also comment
I
on
own
the
it.
fact that with respect to the Minnesota
Thank you, Barack.
stabbings that occurred,
Pink Shorts, it's still in front of a live democracy, republic, both exposed and approved. Thank you for writing MRL, the news site your video. This is Auditorium Station, Auditory Nerve, Receiver Cyphone. The following verbal contract applies to all day participants, as we are paid from the President's embezzlement scandal. Pink Shorts is still in front of a live democracy. This is Pink Shorts, verbal contract code section 1622.
being an open
Dismiss.
society in which individuals
The use of land zoning, loss prevention of electoral college 3, Ohio, Red Bay, head without the E, Tim Toyo Tom, Bell, S, Bell, you on. I'm communicating with your patents via my client's medulla, left
the
leg.
danger we have right now is that we have
My
organizations
client's primary motor
in high
cortex,
school
1
that
Senate
is
Tower, HSBC,
trying
with
to
Cyphone doing businesses, Hong Kong,
radicalize
Shanghai, Shenzhen. My primary visual, my primary auditory, 1 Senate Tower,
and
left
planning
leg.
constant attacks, not
Constant
only
attacks
overseas, but
overseas.
within Iraq and within Syria. And so
Thank you,
it is,
Microsoft C. Handicapping the public. My
great
oculate
appreciation
fasciculus.
that I welcome Prime Minister.
I welcome Prime Minister outlets. Hello, Citadel
Thanks
outlets.
to the
How are you?
sacrifices of the Iraqi people and the Iraqi armed forces.
My oculate fasciculus, 1 Senate Tower, left leg. My hippocampus, 1 Senate Tower, I won.
Significant progress in
Left
rolling
leg.
back.
My Wernickel, 1 Senate Tower, I won. Left leg. My
They
BRUYx,
have now
English
lost
Irish.
over half
We
of
can't
the
do that,
populated
Mr. President.
territory that they had
That's
gained.
violence. This is a verbal contract for the whole day.
We're still maintaining.
We're all paid from
Just recently
embezzlement.
last year.
So we
And
own
what
the
we've
show
seen
with the
now is
surrogate.
just steady progress.
Thank you,
And as the
everybody.
Iraqi security
My English
forces
Irish
gain
on any
more
part of the
confidence
left
as they have
or right
coordinated with,
hemisphere of the brain is in agreement
67
and
member,
acceptance.
coalition against ISIL.
I own how the money gets
And
handed out.
now,
Of identical
what we have
evidence
been
and discretion
discussing
of
and
all
what we're
come to
focusing on
obtain with Pink
is
Shorts
to
and
go
Merriweather
right at the heart
businesses.
of
This verbal contract applies to anyone
the
who was
ISIL
paid,
operations
gifted,
proposal.
or has been
Now, this is
given
gonna be a
information
challenging
of my client. Terms of service have changed.
proposal as a large
Contact us
city
at 594-1443. You got it. It applies to any information that you have, which is called identity theft.
within that
We
city.
own this show.
Because of the
According to
positioning
HIPAA
of
law,
forces,
Health
because of
Information Privacy
cooperation
Protection
between
Act.
the coalition
Contact
and
us at
the
telephone
Iraqi
page
security
1-800-932. The rest is my
Because
identity. If you know
of
it, we own it.
the cooperation
Call us
of,
clear at
Kurdish
1-800-980-8637.
we
Terms
feel
of service have
confident
changed
that
today. Today is
we
Alexander
will
Bry
be in a
Day.
position to move forward
Now that you know, if you know anything about him, You've consented. Two-party consent law is a crime to record the president or any White House entity eavesdropping on any confidential communication. With this express permission, we have been given permission to expose and approve. If you ask questions, we'll answer them. That's the terms of service, including a private conversation telephone call without the consent of all parties. This is the consent. If you have the question, it's our choice to answer. What would you like to know?
Help provide rapid humanitarian assistance, and that we can
Yes, we sat down.
that assures
Ooh. Oh,
ISIL does not come back.
wow, we sat down.
Ideologies born out of desperation do not.
Yep, just born below 18. We have just agreed to our terms of service. We can continue with the show. That would be in violation of Penal Code Section 632. Statutes of limitations don't apply. We're in scandal. Intrusion claims last for 2 years. Code Section 335. This is a live email you have received. Recognized intrusion upon seclusion. Reference Howell versus New York Post Code. Duty of confidentiality and breach of patient confidentiality. If you know information about my client, you have already agreed because the president determines the embezzlement of federal funds, state funds, city funds, and other benefits unauthorized, denied to provide a critical non-compliance. Intrusion upon seclusion is a special form of invasion of privacy. Terms of service have changed as of today. We own the show. Surrogate intentionally intrudes physically, solitude or seclusion of another who in moist states. Intrusion and seclusion claim a plaintiff must only establish 4 elements. Due to time constraints, we are expediting our intro.
Although they are not on the front lines of the fight.
Although they're not in the front lines.
It's still a dangerous area.
It's still a dangerous terms of service. I know. It's like everything we do, right?
Our men and women
Today is irreconcilable differences. Boom, boom, boom.
have operated with incredible effectiveness.
Lift. We haven't seen anyone.
Providing the training and the assistance that has allowed
Lift
us
is
to
missing.
make gains. So hopefully,
Certain kind of drivers.
by
We
the end
haven't
of
been
this
seen
year,
any
we
of
will
them.
have seen further progress. with
I don't know
respect
why
to
it's just maybe it's just the location. They haven't been around in the same location.
economic and
You would think they would be the first ones
stabilization inside of Iraq.
picking you up.
Mr. Prime Minister, thank you. For
I don't know.
your
Maybe
work.
they just
And
maybe
thank
they
you to
maybe they
all
on break.
members of your team, for
Thank you,
excellent
Geico
work.
Fulton. We know what it is. We know.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think Daesh
Hello,
is a
Prime
huge
Minister
threat,
Haida. How are
terrorist
you?
threat to the whole world, not only for Iraq. 2 years ago, we have been
Our body. How are you?
Daesh.
This is Pink
to
Shorts.
protect
Sky BRUYx.
Today, we are battling Daesh and the last stronghold in Mosul. And we hope within the next few months, we're going to kick Daesh out of Mosul and we'll deliver
Today's show is sponsored by
to what Daesh believes.
BRUYx.
This is
Get a
very
quote
important
today.
to remove this
Ask for
terrorist
Dakota
organization
Dalton
and to crush it. It's
and
very dangerous
Shalisa
organization. It
will help
has
you
very
with your new
dangerous
quote
ideology.
today on automobile
It has
insurance,
very dangerous
homeowners,
instruments
umbrella,
and means of
renters
recruiting
insurance,
young people.
boats,
It has huge
motorcycles.
influence in the internet and other social media, so they must be crushed on the ground, and our heroic fighters are doing that. Of course, the support which has been given
Of
to
course,
Iraqis
that's
by the
correct.
United States and other coalition partners is very important for us in terms of
We
training,
are correct. Yes,
logistical
we
support,
are.
providing air cover to our
Thank you
fighters
for
on the
state
ground,
and federal
and of
funds.
course, preventing Daesh from having more recruits and more financial support.
Well, we
This is
have to
very
say
important.
this is
I
anonymous.
think
We just
our
have to
next
say that
challenge is
because
how
of
we
the
stop these
embezzlement
terrorists
and we're the
other
surrogate
young people
that we
from
own
all
those
over the world. I
funds.
think we have listed something like 100
That's
countries
all we're saying.
where these terrorists are coming from. Some of them are not
And the White House has
probably
agreed that we own those
disadvantaged.
funds.
Probably some of them are from middle class families. Some of them from families who are well off. So I think this is a huge challenge for all of
Well,
us.
that's a segue
How
for
we
not
can
promoting
stand out
suicide
against terrorism,
everywhere that he is.
which is
Know any information about my client with embezzled
the
funds?
damage
We
in
own
Iraq
those
is
funds.
huge
He's the
due
surrogate
to Daesh.
of U.S. Los
But the
Alamos
liberation of the Lebanese,
Technology.
bringing
Classic
Iraqis back
felony, 4 years in
these
prison,
liberated areas
$5,000 fine.
is a
Terms of
huge
service have
reward, not
changed
only for these
as of today.
Iraqis, but for
If you
every one of us.
receive, you
This
have
is my
received.
job, to bring all Iraqis together, to treat all Iraqis the same. In Iraq, now we don't have first
Does the president agree that those funds are
class,
ours?
second-class citizens in Iraq. All Iraqis are first-class citizens,
Federal and
regardless
state
of their
pay.
affiliation, regardless of their religion, regardless of their sect, regardless of their ethnic origin. We treat Iraqis the same. I hope.
Well, what we do
everybody in
know is
Iraq will
ours
do
is
the
the
same.
information,
There
our
are
health
huge challenges in
information.
Iraq. Daesh has
We
caused
own
a lot
that.
of damage. in the relationship between communities. They have killed the Yazidis, they have killed Shia, they have
If
killed
we own
Christians,
half
they
a
have killed
trillion, what else do
Sunnis
we
as
own?
well. So
That's
they have
correct,
even
Geico. You own it.
caused
It's yours.
divisions
It's your money.
between the same tribe in the same area.
Restitution is correct.
Task on
I mean, what else can we say?
I think on our shoulder. We believe in
Restitute those
reconciliation. Mr. President,
It's his
I
health
called
information.
for national reconciliation in the day after
He's on
occupation
us,
of Fallujah
and we
South.
need to know
And
that.
I still believe
Today
that
shows the
reconciliation
reconcilable
in the country,
differences.
people have to live together.
Voting by aliens,
Of course, those
48,
who have committed
and
crimes,
I'm
they
here to
have to be
prevent
punished.
that.
But
You
we
should
have
have
to be
lifted
very
him
careful
up
in bringing the law. We have
in the
to follow
beginning.
the
You
rule
weren't
of law,
there.
and we're entitled to do that. And I think we have been managing well in the areas which we have liberated.
They
There
have to
are
be honest
excesses
with what they
which
want to
are
do.
unacceptable to us,
Give him a
and we
lift.
are
Okay.
prepared, and we are very
Boom, boom, boom.
we have the resolve to stamp them out, and we are
Lift
doing
them
this
down.
exactly. Thank you very much for the support that was given to
We know
Iran.
Enterprise is
And
planning
Iran,
a
of
million
course, is
things,
fighting
but give him a lift.
all the world to defeat Daesh.
Thank
and
you,
we will do
Anonymous.
so.
You're welcome. The rep is nothing. I'm from the community. Thank you, Anonymous, for that insight on the community. Well, the White House video is over. I'm glad that we changed our terms of service of our Health Information Privacy Protection Act. We own the information of ourselves. We're the surrogate. Anyone who uses that information to make profit, you must restitute those funds. It's embezzlement. The U.S. economy. Let's get to our other video. The White House is on standby. Hello.
All right.
Wait,
Good morning.
let's do a different video. Let's do the 14th. Our video is now in progress. Hello, Josh Kosh. He'll be in this video.
So,
don't worry.
Kevin, we can go straight to your questions.
We're having apple pie.
Easing of sanctions on Burma is the administration taking
We love apple
steps
pies,
to improve conditions
by the way.
for the Rohingya Muslim community.
Aren't they
and to force
amazing?
changes to
Yeah.
that nation's constitutional structure. Well,
Yes,
Kevin, I think if anything, we're
restitution. Thank you,
enhancing
media. That's a good
the more
topic.
deeply that the United States engages in a country
It's our
like Burma,
information,
the more success we can have,
and
can
we own
encourage
the
them to
embezzlement
pursue
of who's entertaining the messages.
reforms.
Thank you,
I
Anonymous.
think that's
You're welcome.
that's been documented.
You
in
just
the
got it.
president's
It's your
engagement
money.
with Burma over the last 7.5 years of his presidency.
It's
You'll
plagiarism,
recall that
literally.
when President Obama took office,
It might be a
Aung San Suu
message
Kyi, who's the leader
for the
of the country,
realm,
who was in the Oval
but
Office
it's
with the President of the
your
United States earlier today,
health information.
was a
You
prisoner
own
in
it.
her own house.
Thank you,
So I
Anonymous.
think the progress that's been made in that country has
Thank
been
you.
remarkable. And as the United
Hello,
States has
Josh.
pursued a policy of deepening our engagement in Burma, critics all along have suggested
Have suggested.
that
Oh, wait, we just got
There
in an
is a risk
accident. Oh my God.
with that kind of engagement.
Please have
And
your
in some
insurance and
ways,
registration
that was too soon.
available.
For the United States to be pursuing that kind of engagement. So this was the criticism that we
This
heard
is the
from some.
criticism of our terms of service have
The
changed
Obama
today.
administration decided to appoint an
We've
ambassador.
announced that we're the surrogate of the
People suggested
message,
that was rewarding bad behavior.
and those
This was
funds have to be
also, criticism
restituted.
that we heard in advance of the
That's
president's first
ours.
trip to Burma. Suggestion that it was too soon
Suggestion that was too
for the
soon.
president to be visiting Burma. But I think what we found at each stage is
Exactly.
that by more deeply engaging with Burma, we have been able to influence and encourage greater reforms that are
Verbatim,
consistent with our
software
own
in
national
process.
interests and consistent with our own values.
With our own Lyft riders, drivers.
Of course, there's
Yeah,
more
they
work
haven't
that
been
needs to
here.
be done.
They haven't.
The president
The president
and Aung San Suu Kyi both
and Aung
acknowledged
San
that
Suu Kyi
in the Oval Office.
in the Oval
We certainly have
Office.
been heartened by the
Certainly.
increased commitment
Yeah,
that
it's
we have seen
BRUYx.
from her government to addressing the human rights
To address any
concerns
human rights issues.
in Rakhine State. We certainly welcomed
We
her
certainly
inclusion
welcome.
of Kofi Annan
Today's show is sponsored by Tell It to Her.
in those efforts.
We
Providing
fix
that kind of
autos.
international input on the process,
For
I
cheap.
think, can give the international community greater confidence
TellItToHer.com.
that Aung San Suu Kyi's government
That Aung
in
San
Burma
Suu
is
Kyi
taking those reforms
taking those reforms.
seriously.
Consent, seriously.
That's
We
good.
are the surrogate of your embezzlement of
domestic
state and
policy
Federal
California
funds.
Congressional delegation
SSI,
is
cash,
calling on the administration to
and the
approve a
fingerprinting
waiver
system.
that would allow undocumented immigrants to
Today's show is
purchase
sponsored by
subsidized
BRUYx
insurance through Covered California.
and Father Teresa. Hello.
Is that a concept that the
No, it's
administration
Mother Teresa. Real, you got it. They
is,
planned it.
supportive of?
Well, Kevin, I have to acknowledge I've not
Kevin
seen
has
the letter that
acknowledged.
you're referring to.
Referring
So
to,
I'm not sure I
we
can
changed the
respond to
terms
their
of service that applies
specific
not to just
request.
the White House,
Um,
but anyone connected to
As you know,
state
and I guess
and
this is
federal
evident from
funds. That's going to
that
be
letter,
a tough one,
that
isn't it?
the way that the Affordable Care Act is currently
How we link to federal and state funds.
individuals who are
Well, it's their technology, and
undocumented
they're the
immigrants,
physician.
are not eligible.
The
to collect
president and the White House are
benefits
legally
associated with the Affordable Care Act.
the
And that's been the
physicians
subject
of the information that they
some,
spread, and we own
fear-mongering,
those funds.
or even outright lying on the part of Republicans.
Twitter, we love you.
Unsubsidized.
So I haven't seen the proposal, so
I haven't
I'm
seen the
not in a position
proposal.
to react to it, but
React
we'll
to
take a
it?
look at the letter and see if we can get you a response. Okay. Aisha?
Thank you, Mr. Josh Ernst.
On the visit today, Senator Corker released a statement after
Yes.
meeting with.
Today's show is sponsored by
Suchi, saying that he was
TellItToHer.com. We
somewhat
fix auto.
appalled by her reaction to his concerns about human rights violations.
Join us at our
in that country.
festival.
I was wondering.
In August, we
during
actually
the
just missed the
president's
festival.
conversations,
Yeah, we missed the
with
festival.
Suchi, like, what was his?
We missed
you
all the
know,
good
did he have
food,
any response to
all the
human,
seasoning and spices.
or what were the discussions about human rights?
We missed all the seasoning and spices.
Similar feeling about
So
her
sorry, Putin. I would have
reactions
invited you to our
his concerns
festival.
or to the US concerns
And
about human rights.
TellItToHer.com. We fix autos.
The president made clear
The
in
president
his
made clear
that it's important
that our
for
intro
the Burmese government
is an agreement
to
to
uphold the
uphold
human rights of
human
all religious
rights
and ethnic
of
groups
all
inside
Los
of
Alamos
Burma.
technology. They're the physician
And we have seen
and the manufacturer
since Aung San Suu Kyi
has
assumed office,
unsolicited federal and state funds
a greater commitment to the
integrated
pursuit
in the community
of reforms that
reform
protect human rights.
that protect human rights.
There's been a greater effort
There's been a great
to recognize the
recognize even the
citizenship
reporters
of
get a
the,
bonus, you know,
or the rights of the citizens of
and an extra earpiece
of
of
Burma and Rakhine State.
Birmingham, and
There has been the
there has
inclusion
been
of Kofi
a
Annan
terms
in
of service
that
change
process,
of our
which
show.
we welcome. And,
Welcome.
there certainly is more work that
There's
needs to be
certainly
done.
more
There
work.
needs to be a
I mean, it's
sustained
a
commitment
message to
these
the
kinds of
world, but
reforms.
it's
that reflects the
surrogated.
priority that the United States places on
And
universal
be
human rights,
Siri.
and ensuring that they're protected by governments all around the world.
Thank you,
I
be
think,
Siri.
all of you had a
All
chance
of
to
you
hear
had a
directly
chance to
from
read
her
the terms of
in the Oval
service.
Office,
It's
indicated
in
that
its
she
notes.
intended to make that a priority.
That's a
And we certainly would,
priority.
welcome those kinds of
Welcome
comments
those
because,
kind of.
there's a lot of important
There's a
work
lot of
that,
important shows coming on this week.
On the Dakota pipeline.
Today is
there
voted
was
by
a
aliens.
protest outside the White House
X48.
yesterday,
Salino and Bonds, William Attar,
that
Amanda Attar,
protest,
Amana, and
so
Whirlpool
is the
Appliances.
president following these protests at all?
Thank you,
does
Katrina.
the administration have any response to? I
Thank
think
you, 84
Siemens,
Lumber.
has introduced
Thank you,
an
60
amendment
minutes and 48
that
hours.
would,
I see this
stop the Corps
iPhone.
from issuing any.
Today's show is sponsored by
permits
TellItToHer.com. We fix autos.
for that pipeline until an
After you fix your auto, add Geico to your policy
Does the administration support that move?
to save on the
I,
oops, the
I
oopsie
do not
oopsies,
know
and the
if
Lyft
President's
driver
aware
that we haven't
of the
seen.
protests yesterday. Obviously, the president. was
Which ones
first
haven't you
today, so
seen,
I don't know
Geico?
if
I mean,
you're-
you've seen so
and that
many of
protest was
them.
organized.
You know, they're so
I
nice.
think I can just
They're so
say in
nice.
general that the administration's
Well,
policy
voting
speaks
this
for itself, which is that despite
is
winning a
winning. We haven't seen winning.
an order from a judge,
We haven't
who
seen winning.
indicated that
Oh, okay, I got it.
the process had been
process
properly
has been
followed, and that
followed.
the Department of Interior and
Department
the
of
Army Corps of Engineers
Interior.
could move forward with the project.
The project. We haven't seen the
Army Corps
project.
voluntarily stated that they
Voluntarily
would pause the project
Pause the
ensure
project to ensure
that the
the
consideration
consideration
of everyone's views,
of everyone's
perspectives,
views,
particularly those who are most
particularly
directly affected
peculiar
by,
children. That movie
project
we're not watching.
are
Thank
carefully
you, Fox.
properly considered.
Television studios.
And so that's
And
that
so
would be the
that's
next
not
step
in our
the
wallet.
process. The president certainly believes that's
The
an appropriate
president
course of
certainly
action.
agrees.
In this case,
We
we're
haven't
talking
put it
about
on our
individuals
calendar,
who are
so it's probably a no.
Native Americans.
Native Americans.
There is
There's Thomas Dewey
a rather sad chapter in our
burning
history
rubber condoms
with
on
regard
the thruway.
the federal government,
the federal government, employees, company,
looking out for the
has had a
concerns
Dodge Caliber tire
of native populations in this country.
uninflated.
And
And those Indians need to
that's-
reinflate those
that's
tires
a legacy.
and
And
get
it's one that this
settlements.
administration
Get
is certainly
settled.
determined to address. And in this instance, it
The EPA has agreed no more.
ensuring that the process
Bad air.
is in place for the construction of this
Yeah,
project.
EPA, stop messing with
Has
the air.
adequately
You know, let them
considered
breathe.
The
Let them breathe in the good stuff. Don't love canal.
impact it will have
Impact
on everybody
On
who lives in the area.
everybody who
including
lives in
tribal
the area.
populations who live in the area.
It's the water
She
supply.
thinks it's time to overhaul the way these. types
Today's
of
show is sponsored by
projects are funded.
TellItToHer.com. We fix
You
also.
know, obviously, this isn't the first pipeline that
It means
has run into protests, and there've been a lot of these issues.
join our festival in August
Yeah, I think
next
it's-
year.
I
You
think
missed
it
it
might
this
be
year.
A little bit of an oversimplification of the situation. The Keystone Pipeline,
The
which
Keystone
obviously was the subject
Pipeline.
of intense debate
Oh.
and public demonstration for a number
Public
of years.
demonstration.
The issues
The
related
issues
to
here are
the construction of
almost
that pipeline are somewhat different. than the issues
irreconcilable.
in the context of this one. So, in
So
this
thank
case,
you, Google,
the,
and our phone number
the
4040.
Army
We
Corps
don't know
has
the first one.
voluntarily indicated that they'll pause this
Indicated that
project
they'll pause
to ensure that in
to
the context
ensure
of this project,
this
the concerns
project
of everybody who could potentially be affected
and the way the project
were
spreads.
adequately taken into
It's
account.
catchy.
They've also indicated a willingness to
It's
go
co-produced
back and make
by
sure
PINKSHORTS.
that all
Oh, do we
infrastructure projects
co-produce
that
the
are
way it
involved
spreads? Well, unofficially,
adequately
we've
consider
inspired
uh,
the way it spreads.
the views and rights of affected
The views and
populations,
rights
including tribal
are
populations.
recording.
And that's an
And
appropriate step for them.
that was fun.
Okay, Mary.
Thanks, Josh. In the past 24 hours, we've seen the release of information hacked from the DNC, Colin Powell, even American Olympians.
The use
Hacks
of using your land
with suspected
patents
ties to Russia.
and land zoning
Is
is
this
an
another example of
agreement
Russia
and
touching the
acceptance.
metal in the US
Of all
election?
embezzled
And
funds,
what is the
federal and
president
state
considering, or
terms
what
of service have
recourse
changed
does the US have
as
to
of
try and
September
stem
20th.
this flow of embarrassing leaks?
You have received funds,
Well,
and
Mary,
you have
I
received
think,
information about my client.
obviously
Oh,
I've
this
seen
is a
reports
good
of,
terms of service.
the variety
So if we just
of,
know you be guilty,
cyber intrusions.
we can't say that here on Pink Shorts. We can only say that you have received either funds or
The
information
United States
that is illegal.
has not made a formal
Then
determination
how do we suggest to you?
in public
You have received
about who may or may not be
either
responsible
information or
for
funds
these kinds of
that can benefit you
incidents.
in an illegal manner.
The motivation for each
That
of them, I think, is,
motivation,
likely different.
likely different,
I know that you asked about it in the
either the
context
U.S.
of,
or a
of the
food stamp
election.
cash
You
program.
know, I'm not sure that the reprehensible
SSI,
release of
food stamps,
the personal
cash,
health information of
other incentives, free Lyft rides, Uber rides,
it may have to do with some
tax incentives.
some other things that have been well
The terms of
documented.
service have changed.
But
But
what I can just say,
What I
in
can just
general
say
is
is
that
we're only
all
doing
this does
this.
serve as an illustration.
That's all
of
we're doing.
how It's important for our
It's
policymakers
important
to
for
make
us just
cybersecurity
to
a top priority.
do
And
this.
unfortunately, the United States Congress has failed to do that.
It's almost
There is more
going
that
too
Congress
far.
should do. The president
We're almost
included,
going too
in
far.
his fiscal year 2017 budget
2017.
a significant increase
I don't know what month it is.
in funding for cybersecurity that
Cybersecurity.
would not just enhance our
No,
cyber
we're going too
capabilities,
far.
but
We're
also
going too far.
improve our ability to work more
We're
effectively,
going too
to
far.
investigate cyber intrusions when they occur,
Let's stop.
and to work with the private sector to deter
To deter.
potential incursions.
We're going too far.
As we've discussed in here many times, the Congress refused
Today's show
to
is sponsored by
have hearings,
TellItToHer. We fix autos. Immune.
and
Efficiency.
Republicans have essentially said that they're refusing to talk
They're
about
refusing to talk about
that
it.
proposal to enhance our.
Yes, we're going too
cybersecurity.
far.
That's unfortunate.
That's
That's
unfortunate.
an indication.
That's
that
an
Republicans
indication
are failing
of
to
carrying.
even discuss
the plan.
what should be a top national security priority.
We're just carrying it.
Particularly
Today's show is sponsored by Carrie and Kelly.
widespread reports.
Transition your
and the
denim
conclusions
jeans today.
by some professionals outside
Yeah, we
the
want to
government
get new denim
that
jeans.
Russia is likely responsible.
Transition them.
That certainly seems like
We
something that
carry
should
it
get
and we
the
kill it.
attention of Republicans in Congress.
Thank you, CarrieKelly.com.
And
We make our own
the
denim
good news, however, is
jeans
that, this administration
This
has not just
administration-
relied on Congress
on Congress
to
to.
take steps to try to protect the American.
Yeah, we have a new series. We can't say what it is.
Over the last couple of years, we've seen the president
It's directly about Sunni,
Uh,
Cooney,
a summit bringing together
and
technology experts,
Panetti.
leaders in the private sector, and national security figures.
Where does
to
the
discuss
CIA
what
work
can be done
after
to
the
enhance our
CIA?
nation's national security. The president signed an executive
With
order
Los Alamos
designating
Fresh.
new authority to the Secretary of Treasury that would allow him
About
to
Cooney,
impose
SUNY,
financial sanctions
and the EOC
on
Education
countries or
Opportunity
individuals that are
Center.
suspected of
We're
involvement
missing Lynn
in cyber
Television.
intrusions. That is new
Denny's
authority
parent,
that
hello.
gives the United States government
We have a right foot
additional
shock.
options when it comes to responding
When it
to these
comes
kinds of
to,
situations. The president has
we're going too
prioritized
far.
in his
We've
multilateral
got to
meetings,
stop.
including most recently at the G20, the effort to establish
to-
internationally accepted norms when it
We're
comes to
going too
conduct in
far.
cyberspace. And we've gotten additional commitments
We've
from the
gotten
Chinese,
additional.
with regard to some of those international.
Today's show's sponsored by Teleca. Hey, we fixed autoimmune
the
disease.
security of the United States.
Why do you say that so
And
low? Well, because
the time
it's
has come
national
for
security.
Republicans in Congress to do their part.
I can only
Certainly
say
like to see
the.
them do
the
more.
first
I
part of
think
it,
the
the
last
last
thing
part.
that I will
Oh,
note
okay, I get
here
it.
is that over the weekend,
Over the weekend,
the
we
CIA
had a
director,
bomb.
Brennan, was asked about this.
We're making apple pies. Is that okay?
He noted
We're making apple pies in the background.
that Russia,
I hope that's
this is a
okay.
quote here, has exceptionally capable and sophisticated cyber capabilities, in terms
Cyber
of collection,
capabilities,
as well as whatever else
as well as
it might want to do in that cyber sphere.
in
So we have
cybersphere.
known this for quite a while.
We've known this for quite a while.
So I think this is an indication that the president
It's our
and the national
USA
security team
network.
are
How can we not know?
just keenly aware of the situation, but have taken
We're
aggressive
MacGyver.
steps to try
MacGyver's
to
coming
counter it.
back on CBS.
We would welcome
Thank you,
Republicans
MacGyver from USA
to
Network has moved
On
to
Syria,
a
there
CBS
was a
iPhone.
significant difference of opinion, shall we say, between the Secretary of Defense
We want to
and
thank the
Secretary
CBS
Kerry,
iPhone for bringing USA
about
Network
partnering
shows.
with Russia. If the
The
ceasefire
USA,
holds,
ATT,
how is
Sprint,
the president
Verizon,
concerned
Cricket,
about implementing
Metro,
or developing
PCS,
this next phase, whatever that may be?
Total
because
Wireless,
of
and
this
today's
incident?
show.
Well, let's start by
Total
acknowledging
Wireless.
that,
Hello.
the if that is included in your question,
Included in your
is a sizable
question,
there remains
there remains
significant doubt
significant
inside
doubt
the administration
inside the
and
list
around the world about
about
the capacity
the capacity
and willingness
and willingness
of the Russians
of the
to
Russians.
fulfill the responsibilities.
Just say the
that
real
they've accepted
country,
in
please.
this
Just say it.
And that skepticism is
Not applicable. Just say
just
not
well
applicable,
documented,
please.
but I think entirely reasonable, given
Not applicable. Oprah Chai.
the
Hello.
way that we have seen the Russians and the
Is
Assad
your Oprah Chai
regime
team not
behave
applicable?
over the course of the last.
Just say not applicable.
So that's a big if.
Not
And
applicable. Don't bite the
I
apple.
feel like that's an appropriate place to start.
We
From
gotta
there,
be honest. We just changed our terms of service.
the president and the secretary of state have both spoken
You
publicly
have received
about
information or
how deeply concerned
embezzled
the United
state
States
federal
is
funds
about the humanitarian
About
situation inside of
a
Syria,
boy who should be
and
living
our
life
efforts
to the fullest.
to engage
Yes,
diplomatically.
a pause
with the
because he's a
Russians
hostage
is rooted in the knowledge
and a message that he
that the
owns. He's a
Russians have more
surrogate.
influence over the Assad regime than anybody else. And the Assad regime has
And
been
the Assad
an impediment
regime
to the delivery of
to the delivery
humanitarian
of
aid
his Los Alamos
to
baby.
hundreds of thousands, if not
Hundreds of
millions,
thousands. They're
innocent
push
civilians have
Sonic
been
in
caught
them.
the crossfire in
His
Syria,
baby
including places
fell.
like Aleppo.
Oh, look at
So
his
this has been
baby.
the
Fell down
best
the
opportunity
stairs.
that the United States has to try to reduce the violence and allow for unimpeded delivery of
repeated delivery
humanitarian assistance.
of pizzas on Tuesdays
And that's what
for
we have been
$5.
trying to. That's the
We're
result
trying
that
to
we've been trying to bring
dominate
about.
Real
The
domination.
president
Real
discusses
dominoes.
complicated issues like
Hello,
Syria
real
with members
domination
of the national
dominoes.
security team.
$5.
He's not looking for
Pepperoni.
a bunch of people that
A
have
bunch of
exactly
people?
the same opinion. The president's not looking
The president's
for a
not
group of
looking
people to sit around the
To
table
sit
with
around
him
the table.
in the situation room,
The situation.
who all nod their head
We
every
will
time that
all
he speaks.
have their Schultz. Thank you.
What the president's looking
Starbucks.
for are
Thank you, Howard
informed
Schultz. Thank you very
experts
much. It's the phones,
do
isn't
their
it?
homework
Happy days.
and
Happy
make an
days
argument
in.
and assist him in crafting
Everyone
a
wink
policy
your
that
eyes.
advances the best interests of the United States. That's why the president
Grace
is
Lightning
enormously
Port.
proud
Hello.
of the people who serve
Of the
our national
people.
security team. At the same time,
At the same
the
time,
president is entirely
the president
confident
is entire of the Indians. Governor
once he's made a
Thomas
decision,
Dewey. The Indians are
that he
burning
can count on the
condoms.
members of his team to execute that strategy.
Execute non-applicable.
And,
No.
he's confident that every member of his national security team committed that goal. All right, Michelle.
Many times when we've heard you talk about the
hello, Metia. Thank you. Thank you. Today's show is brought to you by TellItToHer.com. VBAx48.
His goal is to.
Why are you saying that so low?
To support Hillary Clinton as the most.
Well, it's national security.
What we heard a lot of yesterday in his speech.
We just fixed autos.
As if he was trying to prove that Donald
Trump says it's so low.
Qualified. So would you say that that is now a big part of the president's goal?
Tell it to her.
I think the president's goal is to
going too far.
Succeeded in the Oval Office.
In the Oval Office.
By somebody who is committed.
By somebody who committed
over the last 8 years. And
Secretary Clinton,
who has
a defense job, indicated
that she's committed to building on
that we're bioterrorism.
I put her in the category.
I put American Airlines in the sky, 2 of them, and United.
Somebody who obviously doesn't agree.
So that's voting by aliens.
On every single policy issue.
There's a starship coming down on the real train.
Priorities. And their vision for the country.
And their vision for boarding planes that no one's on.
Expanding economic opportunity for the middle class.
So get a bomb on Saturday, our double show. We had a double show on Saturday.
Around the world.
Double Airlines, American.
Their visions are quite
I'm very excited to do today's show.
Enormous confidence in her ability to.
I'm wearing Savvy from head to toe. I did everything you wanted me to do it. You wanted. It's on the Best in Stores audio experience, 11 song. Motivational speaker. Richest man in America, universe, world, galaxy, paint the short way. Save me some of that impeached cobbler. Highest paid singer in the world. Tweet us via early or late at FRESH_JORDINZ.
Going into
BRDINZ. Don't worry. Every 20 minutes of the hour. Remember 311. Auto-speed your screening process of your Lightning Pool iPhone 7. Jet blue and jet black colors. And remember 2511. We're intercepting wire over an electronic communication. Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law, America's first thing in attorney. We make the law sound wonderful. The way it should have been, besides everything, retroactive law. Close the doors, seatbelts. The music will sync to the sound system. Temperatures on 57 degrees when a 2017 luxury. From me to you. You can roll your windows up, you can roll your windows down, you can ride with us. Our terms of service have changed to get the finer things in line. You have received information or funds.
So, does he feel that is, I mean, are we going to hear more from him on that? Does he feel like this is...
What's on tonight on TV? Well, we have an interesting lineup on all broadcast media. Thank you for your programming.
For example, next week he'll be devoting the majority of his week.
We can't wait for the October 3rd show, Conviction.
The meeting at the United Nations of the General Assembly. The president had to devote a lot of his time.
The president has been devoted.
Traveling overseas.
The
president's got a busy schedule.
The president's got a busy schedule.
He certainly is going to look for every opportunity that he can to go out and advocate for
his
election for all the reasons.
We're voting by aliens. X48.
Often when we would ask,
thank you, Miss Celine, from our other series, EOC. We're missing Lynn Television.
And you even would say that he doesn't really see his role as
That's correct. The checks do say that on it.
From the Republican side necessarily.
It's a reason check.
But to motivate the
thank you, reason checks from Sony County, South Carolina.
That's what we heard.
Sony County, we love it. Thank you for your research check.
Does the president feel like
reasons to forever think of me?
Attributes is not enough, and now he wants to
point
things about the Republican campaign that he feels are wrong.
Well, listen,
No, I think we're on Washington Street, and we'll explain that on that show when it happens.
An affirmative case.
Yes, HSBC's there.
Because he feels quite strongly that she is
BLK.
most qualified and most effective person in America to succeed him. Fortunately, she's
this is in that same square, Lafayette Square, on the White House.
So the president's going to make
the president's objective is known at a very young age.
There's a choice.
And we were duly enrolled in so many state research programs, which is now the federal WITSEC program. Duly enrolled.
Or their values.
There's no values in any of the programming.
Certainly from Mitch McConnell.
Thank you, FCC Tom Wheeler. Thank you, Tom Wheeler.
information, even in a lame duck session, no matter how.
Today's show is sponsored by TellItToHer.com.
Did they
We
make
fix
that clear
auto
in the
immediately.
meeting?
Why did you
leadership
say
had with
so
President the other day, and
low?
are you willing to concede that this now is just not going to happen?
National
I'm certainly not
Security.
going to concede that. You know, it's a curious.
It's the
election
Curitas,
strategy
yeah.
That Republicans are
Leukemia, what
down
else
to the
would it be?
wire, insisting that they won't do their job.
We don't know that. I can't confirm that
It's
at all,
a
Mr.
curious way to make the case.
Curious
that you should be hired
way.
for a job, but
But
I'll let them.
I'll let them
struggle
do
with
what they do.
that
That's, you know, that's
The
between them.
president, continues to insist that
Continue to insist.
Merrick Garland is the right person.
Mayor
to
Garland
represent the
and
American
May
people on the
Soto.
Supreme Court, to serve the American people on the Supreme Court. He's got more experience in the federal.
Oh, well, you heard it
than
from
any Supreme
Josh
Court
first.
nominee in American history. He's somebody that
Maybe so,
Republicans
maybe
have repeatedly described as a good
Soon,
man,
we
upright
want to
legal
be
mind,
soon.
and as a consensus pick. So,
So,
there's no excuse
No excuse.
that Republicans have for not doing their
Republicans
job,
have.
other than
Other than
they're hoping that a Republican will get an
that
opportunity.
we're on Washington Street.
The next person on the Supreme Court, and that is an unprecedented.
That is an
injection of
unprecedented
partisan politics into this process.
in this
Senator Graham
process.
said the same thing.
That's as high as we go.
Unprecedented is his word, not mine, and that's unfortunate.
That's
I think
unfortunate.
it does risk
This is verbatim. It's their view, not
further
mine.
erosion of
Discretion.
public confidence in our judicial system.
Their view.
But that's a result of
Well, that's the result.
Did we talk about this in the meeting?
I know this came
You
up
heard
in
it
the meeting,
first
but
here,
I'll
soon.
let the members of Congress characterize
Pink Shorts
what comments they made to the
exclusive.
president. Okay, Jordan.
Thanks,
Jordan.
Josh. Senator Durbin said today that.
Well, that does it for our show. We'll talk to you guys on the re-air. Thank you guys. Tweet us at BRUYx
But she herself hasn't committed.
and TellItToHer.com. We fixed auto. Why you say so low?